committee, I would like to kick this off. First of all, the ad board appointed an intergenerational committee. I want to make that point clear. Where we have been recently, we had a church-wide meeting on February 18th. Everyone who was present had a vote on if we should keep moving forward with a possible building project. The outcome was 100 yes, 26 no, and 4 undecided. In July, we had a finance update. Finance did their financial analysis and said, right now we can afford about a $2 million building project. A 2-site ministry team was formed to establish our mission and determine how ministries should work with 2 locations.
So the 2-site ministry team's goal was to create a 2-site ministry plan that was data-driven from those stories that you shared with us, and to set the stage for future growth. The ad board heard our opinion and said, hey, share the progress with the congregation and ask them for feedback. So we need to keep talking. We need to keep the communication open. 2-site team was made up of myself, Jamie Cutler, Cindy Krippmeyer, Pat Betchel, Stacy DeHaan, Deborah Straw, and Ryan Fern was our chair, and with help from all of you. Do you have a proud church moment? Tell us your specific stories of a time when you were most proud of the church, past or present. Do you remember those forms? That's how we came to this conclusion. What did you do? Who were you with? How did it make you feel? What impact did you have? We asked and you delivered. The stories were all uplifting and motivating.
So next, we convened as a church group, and we decided to take a look at that data. And when we talk about that, we really want to emphasize that idea of all of those stories came from everybody in the congregation and really brought data to the table. And then this team took that data, and we were sort of the data sorters. We walked through a very strategic process, looking at those stories, taking that data into account, and then being able to really think through as teams and breaking apart and really looking at the different words that came out of there. And through that process, we realized kind of a incredible moment. If you look at the words that are on the screen here, these were the big themes that came out of looking through that data of those stories that you shared with us. And so as we went and looked at the stories at a deeper level, we then broke into smaller groups and looked through all of those pieces of data. And if you look, some of those large words that really stand out: connect, serve, being empowered, fulfilled, new families, outreach, and our church. So that really just starts to bring us to our next steps within where we're going to gather some feedback from you.
So, as Stacy said, we took all of your stories, your data, and put it together. And this is what we came up with for the Waukee United Methodist Church why. Our why, based on that information, was to show God's love by empowering and serving so that others can be inspired and fulfilled as followers of Jesus Christ. That's a pretty tall order that we have to come together with, but that's what you told us we are. So, with that big why, how do we get it done? Well, this group can't do it alone. It is everybody. It takes teamwork by the whole congregation, the whole church to make this happen. Our actions are things that we do that bring our why to life. How do we make it come to life? How do we do that why? All of our ministries, our missions, outreach, everything that we do needs to tie directly back to our why. Can it support our why? So how do we do this? We connect families with opportunities to serve. We bring people together. We grow in our relationship with God. We share joy and love with others. We engage and inspire our youth. And we meet the spiritual, emotional, and physical needs of all those that we encounter in the world.
stories that you provided, there was one thing that was really clear, and that was that Waukee United Methodist Church is awesome at the missions and helping people. And we can expand our current missions and develop more with a facility that is more flexible, has flexibility, and has openness. But we don't know what that facility will look like, and we want you to tell us. But we do think that a new church would allow us to establish our presence in the community. It would allow us to invite new members in to not only grow our church family, but also our facilities in the future, and as well as the presence in the community. And it would allow us to create a second community-based area that has potential for a variety of different opportunities.
Thank you. So we've talked about the why. That's our church's elevator speech, right? I mean, that's what Waukee United Methodist Church is about. The how is what we actually do in the community. You can list off all the different missions and things that we do. The important thing to remember is this church is doing and will continue to do amazing things to build the kingdom in Waukee and in the metro area. I think that's really, I want you guys to know that we are a great church for this community, and everybody's starting to know this. But here's the thing. You have lots of unanswered questions when it comes to this, right? And honestly, we do too. We don't have all the answers yet, and we really need your guys' help. So we want to hear details from you. We want to get emails from you. We want you to fill out the form you're going to get. We want to hear from you. Do you like our why statement as a church? What ministries are important to you as an individual, and what do you think is important to the church? Would you grow? What would you do to grow current and future ministries with 2 facilities? Do you like the idea of having 2 locations? Why? Why not? And honestly, if you had $2 million, what would you build there? How would it look? So we know we've all seen pictures of what what we could do, what we want to do eventually with this new building. And it can't all happen at once, but if we could go do something right now with $2 million, what would that look like for you? You're up, Jamie.
I'm down.
Oh, you're down.
Yeah. So what's next here? First of all, we ask you to just cover your leadership team in prayer, 2-site ministry team to add counsel, and our mission and ministries here at Waukee United Methodist. As Brian said, we've developed a survey form here, and we ask for your feedback. By November 11th, the input that you provided the 2-site ministry team is now you've kind of seen the result of their work, and that was because of your input. So you have another chance for a round of input, and we ask that you would give us that feedback by November 11th. The 2-site ministry team will take that and work with that, and then re-present it to the ad board. We'd like to get in front of the congregation again by December 12th. So there's a number of ways that you can give that feedback. There's the written feedback form, which we're making available at the back at the door. You can also send an email to office@waukeechurch.org, or you can write a letter and send it to the church. So I want to thank you all for being here. I think we have one more slide. Are we going to do this in unison?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ask the congregation to join your voices with the 2-site ministry team here. This is the why statement, which really are, as the French say, raison d'etre, right? The reason for being. And so let's join our voices together in sharing it. To show God's love by empowering and serving, so that others can be inspired and fulfilled as followers of Jesus Christ. Let's thank the 2-site ministry team here for working. All right, enjoy Sunday. Hope to see you back here at 4 o'clock for the church bazaar here.